Hello everyone, welcome back. So those of you who are watching this video, you're watching it because you want to learn how to do more realistic shading on your drawings. So I'm going to show you how to do the eye. I've got my drawing here that I produced in the last video, okay? But what I've done is I've redrawn it. So I'm now going to work around this to make it more realistic, okay? So again, I'm just going to get the shape right. Now, the main thing I'm going to tell you guys, do not draw a heavy outline. Your outlines should blend into your shading. If you can see outlines when you're producing a drawing, then you haven't got your outlines light enough. You should not be able to see them, okay? Now, what I'm going to show you how to do, I want the iris to go under the eyelid. What I'm going to do is take my rubber to some of the original guidelines that I had, okay, to get rid of those. There we go. Now, I'm going to show you how I shade, and this is where this wonderful thing comes in. What you want to do when you're shading is you want to be working with about 4 main tones, okay? You will have white, you will have light grey, you will have a mid grey, and you will have what I call black, but an extremely dark. Now, if you actually have access to graded pencils, then a darker tone, such as the likes of here, an 8B, would be a better option. Now, this basically means a B means your lead is softer, okay, so you get a darker tone with it, all right? Now, I'm going to try and just use my HB pencil to show you this. And what I'm going to do is start off with the white part of the eye. Now, when I shade, when I particularly do it, and I don't know if you want to try this technique, I don't tend to go back and forward like this. I actually shade in a circular motion, because I find it leaves less white gaps. And by holding my pencil like this, I actually have better control over where I'm putting the shade. Now, I'm going to start in the corners of the eyes, because the way the eye curves, and it'll curve this way, I'll find that these are my darker areas. Now, this is where my little trick comes in with the blending pencil. What one thing is that I notice a lot of you do is where you think something is white, you leave it the colour of the paper. Now, that isn't strictly correct, okay? Nothing is white unless it is a highlight. So this white area, what I'm going to do with my smudging tool is I'm going to blend this tone, but using the remainder of the pencil on the smudger, I can actually use it to get an extremely light grey, which is something I would struggle to do with the pencil itself, okay, because I'd be adding a lot more pressure. So what I'm going to do is use what's left on here to get that looking good. Now, the smudger is there to get that gradient between your dark and light tones more realistic. What I'm now going to do is work on this bit here, the cornea. Now, it's dark in that bit. It's a little bit darker here. it's actually not very dark. All the way along here. So, a little bit of a smudge. You don't have to smudge everything. Sometimes over smudging is a bad thing. What I want to do is try and add a little bit of texture. So I'm going to add some sort of stippling motion, just lots of dots on there to give it a little bit of texture. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave that as that for now because I'm going to use my highlight, my darker tone now. And what I'm going to do is add just a tiny little highlight into that. So that's what I have so far. Okay, you might find that you'll be going darker on certain areas. But what I want to do is just move on to this bit in the middle. Okay, I'm going to start with pupil. What I'm going to do is leave the highlight okay. And what I'm going to do, so it doesn't look too cartoonish, is try and blend that in a little bit more. Okay, and that's something that I'll keep coming back to. Now, when I'm doing the iris, I'm going to start with what is left on my pencil, my smudging pencil. And this is where it does get a little bit tricky. This is where you really need to observe and use a mirror to see what detail is in your eye, because everybody's eye is different, is absolutely in every way different. Okay, I know that I can see with my eye right now, I've got quite a harsh line around my iris. Okay, it's really quite dark. My eyes are very odd because I've got hazel eyes, and I notice under certain lights, okay, that sometimes they're very green and sometimes they're very brown. It's really odd. I have noticed that. Now, that would be something that would be even trickier if I was using a colour, okay, to try and create. But what I'm going to do is just try and get the depths of the different tones in the eye. Now you notice I'm not really smudging this bit because I'm actually focusing on the texture and the detail within the eye. So I'm going to get some really dark areas in this. I'm not going to do all of it because you'll be watching this video for ages and you'll get bored. But what I'm going to do is extend part of the pupil in the centre just out a little bit, okay, to try and get that detail. Now, I think if there's a highlight going there, there'll also be there's a bit of a highlight there, okay. What I'm trying to do is focus on that detail. So that gives you a bit of an idea okay, of how to shade in or how to start shading in the eye. The only thing I want to show you before I go, and to show you this, I'm actually going to do it with my 8B pencil, okay, just so it's dark enough to show you. I'm going to demonstrate how to put on eyelashes. Not actually stick on, you know, your eyelashes when you get fake ones, but draw them on, because this is something that, right, your eyelashes do not do this, which is what I get time and time and time again, okay? Your eyelashes actually come from slightly underneath your eyelid, and they're more of a tick shape. So if you notice when the teacher's ticking your work and you get this, okay, it's kind of like that. What you're going to do is kind of come from underneath where the eyelid is. And the eyelashes are something that really should be done at the end of your drawing. I'm just doing them now so I can show you. Okay. You'll find they'll overlap. They will go in different directions. They will be on different angles. There will be different sizes. Okay. You'll find them much, much longer when you get to the end of your eye as opposed to the corner. They also don't start from right down here, but they will be darker in some areas. And lighter in others. So, what I'm going to ask you to have a go at doing, okay, is try and shade in a human eye. And please drop your teacher, whether it's me, Miss Edwards or Miss Kester, an image of your work. And that is how you get from your basic shapes to a more defined outline to a realistic shaded eye. Well guys, have a good week, enjoy, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Take care.